Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Pemko number 3452BDGPK. This is a Pemko door sweep. The 3452 is representative of its profile. This is going to be a door sweep that will have an integrated drip cap, as you can see. The BDG stands for Bright Dip Gold and is one of the several colors, or finishes I should say, available in this item. And the PK is Pemko Preen is what this stands for, a high quality synthetic rubber from Pemko that they'll use in many of their pieces of weather stripping, and it's used because it's superior to vinyl is what it is. It's a synthetic rubber that's going to be a confluence of having excellent properties regarding exposure to ultraviolet, extreme temperatures, being waterproof, being somewhat abrasion resistant as well. Good all-around material when you want something good, meaning don't buy vinyl. You want PK if it's available from the item from Pemko. So dissecting the part number, let's get after it. The 3452 is representative of the dimensional properties of this item, and there is an image down below this video that shows what those are. You can see that you've got 1.25 inch overall height from the top of the sweep down to the bottom of the drip. You've got another 1/4 inch from the bottom of the drip to where the vinyl or the Pemko preen starts. And then you have a 1/2 inch total projection, and that's pretty typical. Okay. Couple of additional things before we get to where you're going to use this. Finishes, first of all, this extrusion is very common. So, and I'm going to refer to my list here. You can do this in mill aluminum finish, which would be just raw aluminum. The BDG is Bright Dip Gold. They can do this item in 2 variants of gold. There's Bright Dip, like this. It's going to be shiny, more metallic, possibly more compatible with a polished brass look. Then there is gold, which will be a matte gold color, a satin matte gold color. You can also do this, and that's 3 if you're counting so far. You can do it in a D finish, dark bronze anodized. You can do it in a PW finish, which is painted white. And then the 6th finish you can do is satin nickel. Satin nickel is an anodized process over aluminum. It's certainly complementary to satin nickel, chrome, stainless hardware. But because it's aluminum, you might want to review images or a video that I have of satin nickel from Pemko before you decide that it's exactly what you want. 1 out of 100 people that buy satin nickel from Pemko complain about the finish not matching. It's complementary. It's certainly closer to stainless than dark bronze is, but because it's anodized over aluminum, it's complementary in terms of its finish. It's related. It's a sister finish. True satin nickel would be brass base material with a satin nickel finish over it. Anyway, you get the point. Check it out before you go further. Now, those are the finishes. Now, where are you going to use this? Anywhere. Anywhere where you have an exterior door. Obviously, something residential is going to be more common for this, but not necessarily. You will see this in a mall, the mall type that's exterior, rather than an interior mall, where the retailer has a pair of doors, and there's one retailer, clothing store, that uses large oak doors with full glass, brass hardware, outswinging doors, obviously, for code compliance. It's very, this will match their finish. The PK will perform, and the inserts, I should have mentioned, either vinyl or Pemko preen. The only reason you would want vinyl, the only reason, is if price is the most important option. And honestly, if you are going so far as to order a drip cap, where you want the net effect of the advantages of a drip cap, which we'll talk about in a moment, you are not going to order vinyl. If you're going so far as to get this, get the better insert. Anyway, exterior doors, commercial, like I mentioned earlier, residential would be great. If it's an in-swinging door, you're going to have to notch this around your stop. You can do that easily with a hacksaw. We can also quote that for you from Pemko. They can manufacture this for us as well. as notched from the factory. They can provide that service. It's an additional cost, additional lead time. We'll need a drawing from you as well to accomplish that, but no problem to do so. The people that make a living installing doors and frames that I sell to, once they've used a drip cap, either at the bottom of the door like these, or the 2.5-inch projection, Pemko makes those as well. 326 or 327 would be the part number. Those are drip caps. I just forget which is which in terms of projection. Over the drip cap at the header of the opening are proven to know, have had it proven to them how incredibly effective they are. The fact that you can push the water out just that 1/2 inch dimension from the face of the door in lots of instances makes the difference whether or not the water is going to get under the door. By the time you're stopping it, it's literally at the face of the door with a door sweep. You kick it out 1/2 inch, now you're dealing with greater potential from keeping material from seeping under the door. If it's a wood door, wood is basically a sponge. It will just absorb moisture, give off moisture whenever the environmental conditions demand it. Keeping it from under the door is crucial. So drip caps are always a great idea and are proven to be incredibly effective. Okay. This model I like as well because it has this flap on the backside, which I think is not only a good design, but I would argue that because this material is somewhat thin, and you can't see any sort of flex, but maybe imperceptibly between the drill points, there might be a bow to this material. So having that flap back there will help prevent any creepage or seepage of water from the face of the door down in. It'll get caught on that flap is the concept. So for an inexpensive, basically residential sweep, you're going to get a confluence of a lot of features. Diversity of finishes, good insert material, drip cap, flap on the back. Pound for pound, it might be the greatest door sweep in the world. Now, it's listed in the website in several different lengths. We have it from 2 foot to 8 foot, probably in 6 or 4 or 2-inch increments. You can have longer than 8 foot. We just don't list them in the site because of or at least we currently don't, because of the cost to ship those. If you need one that's 9 foot, the freight's going to make the cost of the material look insignificant. If you needed 50 14-foot pieces, freight's really not going to be such an issue. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to cut the material back at. The reasoning is, if you had to take this 3-foot piece and cut it down to say 34-inch, you're going to eliminate that first slotted hole, and that slotted hole is handy to have there. And speaking of that slotted hole, screws are included in the complementary finish. It's handy to have those slotted holes because it will help you account for not only a sill that's not level, or maybe a door that's not exactly plumb, but also help you account for a misdrilled hole when you're drilling through steel, wood, aluminum, fiberglass, stainless, bronze, whatever you're going into. That drill bit has a tendency to walk a little bit if you've not used a center punch to allow the drill bit to seat into. So that slotted hole will help compensate for that as well. And then you wouldn't have symmetrical center to centers on the holes either. So if you ordered a custom length, we'll not only cut it to length, but we'll give you that first slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center to each other. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Pemko products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Pemko, this is their part number 3452BDGPK drip cap style threshold or any other Pemko product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.